The Premier Sports Cup second round draw has been revealed. Welcome back to Big Stevie Cool 1872 for some late night Sunday action. So let's talk about it and let's get into it. So let's see here. Celtic versus Falkirk. Greenock Morton versus Aberdeen. Kilmarnock versus Dundee United. Livingston versus Hibernian. Partick Thistle versus Ayr United. St Johnstone versus Motherwell, and St Mirren versus Hearts. But we're not here to talk about any of those games. But I'll make it. I'll get the words out, right? I'll talk about them a wee bit at the end. But what we're here for is Rangers versus Alloa Athletic. Alloa Athletic, obviously top in that group, which consists of Airdrie and Dundee. Fair play to Dundee. I think they beat, what was it, Montrose 5-0 on Saturday. Yeah, fair play to them, because was it Montrose? Anyway, it doesn't matter if it was Montrose or not. They won 5-0, and I didn't expect that. But I tell you one thing, it was unexpected. Alloa Athletic getting the job done and winning that group. And I think the frustrating thing is they win the group. You know, they actually beat Airdrie, they beat Dundee to that top spot, and they get us. You'd have to feel, you'd have to be a sick bastard to to enjoy it. Oh wait, I actually rather do enjoy it because it's a nice wee tasty home game for us. But saying that, folks, yeah, they're League One last year, and you know what game I'm going to say? Don't even mention them. Queens Park. That haunts me to this day. That has to be like one of the most tragic games of football I've ever seen. Like, I couldn't believe we actually played Queens Park and didn't look like scoring at all. Apart from the penalty that we got, I mean, I'll accept that if someone wants to say that penalty. Um, but disgusting level of performance. But what I like about this, I say what I like about this. There's a few things I don't like, but there's one thing I do like. It's not a proper game for us. We're going to go through, and it's not one of those games that's crammed in at the end of August. It's like, oh, we're going away to Easter Road, we're going away to Pittodrie, and you may be like, well, that can't happen because there's seeded and unseeded. Well, that's what I want to get into, folks. I do not understand for the life of me, right, why there is seeded and unseeded. I don't even understand for the life of me why we have got a situation where we have teams in European football that don't take part in the Premier Sports Cup. Like, to me, it's ridiculous, because I'm looking at this and I'm sitting here thinking, right, you know what the correct call would be? Make everybody playing it. And what you would do is the Celtics, the Aberdeens, the Hearts, the Hibs, the Dundee Uniteds, and ourselves, obviously. Well, I mean, not that many. I mean, Hearts didn't qualify, the rest did, right? But we are more than good enough. Those teams are more than good enough to get through the group stages of the Premier Sports Cup. Now, here, there is on occasion Dundee have won it. Hibs a couple of years ago won it, but I mean, there's a lot of circumstances around that. Oh, ineligible players and all that good stuff, and just other idiotic things Hibs were doing. But there is no excuse, man. You know that. See that we feel that against Middlesbrough the first half. I know Russell Martins went through them, and rightfully so, because they were pretty bad. That's the sort of team that could play for us. And I get it, Champions League qualifiers is a bit messy, but and European qualifiers, boy, I just don't understand it, man, because you're playing that amount of pre-season games. I would rather us be playing in the cup against those teams than playing pre-season games. I would. And there's also the case that because they are legitimately competitive. Like, if you go out, you go out. You're at the Scottish League Cup. There is that argument that you would actually build towards, like Champions League, Europa League qualifiers for all these teams. Now, if someone wants to say, well, you're not going to learn too much taking on East Kilbride when you could take on Club Brugge in a friendly, I mean, I could accept that, but competitive game's a competitive game, folks. Anyway, it's very late. I'm knackered. Rangers versus Alloa Athletic. What have you got to say? I'm a happy man. I can't complain.